One. Yes, 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 yes. It is official. We are now live. The time that you have been waiting for is officially here. We are excited that we've been working intentionally behind the scenes to prepare something for you that has been prepared for us. And we are so grateful and so gracious to be here with you on this beautiful, blessed night. So, congratulations because you're here at the right place, here at the right time. I'm going to just do a check really quick 1 2 1 2 to make sure everybody on the front end can see Facebook, YouTube, Instagram is tapped in from everywhere. People from all around the world in the private communities on the front end, on the main communities. It is a public announcement. This is a public service announcement. Yes, we are live and we are in color. What you will want to do right now is take a moment and go ahead and hit the share feature at the bottom right corner of your screen. What that's going to do is allow you to share it to somebody you know, love, trust. It's going to allow you to share it to your personal pages. If you're connected with me on Facebook or any of our leaders on Facebook, you can actually just share it to them right now publicly. You can share it to them privately, and just get them into the room. I am excited to be your host for our kickoff of our Rich Blitz call. We're going to be blitzing all week long. Somebody that you know, love, and trust invited you to be with us tonight because they're winning inside of this space with us. And we're going to get into the depth of what that means in just a moment. But I am really excited that you made it. I believe that God is doing something supernatural in this beautiful month of September. And I'm excited to hear about your testimonies, just as excited as I hope you are to hear about the testimonies that you're going to hear from on tonight. So we want to maximize time. I encourage you to pull out a pen, a notepad, get into a quiet space where you can retain the information that you hear. I also want to encourage you to be prepared to write down some questions that you may have as I go through this presentation, and ultimately be in a position to make a decision. Make a decision if, wherever you are in your life is not exactly where you want to be in a position to make a decision. Somebody just type that in the chat for me really quick. Make a decision, whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you're watching this from, even if you're on the back end on Zoom, just put make a decision. Make a decision. Sometimes in life, you have to get mad. And I broke down that word mad as an acronym. Make a decision to do something differently. And so with that being said, continue to share, share, share. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself to you, but to maximize time, because I know why you're here. You're hearing about the testimonies. You're hearing about the results. You're hearing about how people are winning with us and what they're doing as business owners and investors that may be brand new business owners or brand new investors that are now using OPM. That's right. They're getting funding, and you're here to learn how you too can get funding for your business and get funding as an investor to maximize your results. And so I'm going to share my slides. And at the same time, I am going to be telling you about a little bit about who I am and putting you in a position to get to know more about what it is we do. And more importantly, the focus is what's in it for you. So who we are, what we do, and we're going to spend most of our time focusing on what's in it for you. So let's go ahead and dive in. Welcome to Rich University. We are excited to be here. So who are we here in Rich University? Rich University is a faith-based, purpose-driven community that leads the way in wealth creation, offering you access to education and resources for starting successful businesses and entering the world of investments. The key word here is successful businesses. We know tons of people who start businesses, but our goal is to help you to start a successful business, right? And to enter into the world of investment. What does that mean? If you don't have any prior skill or experience in investing, it is absolutely okay to be here with us. In fact, if you have not even started your business yet, it is okay. But as I get further into this presentation, you're going to understand why those two elements are so important, but none of them is as important as us being a faith-based, purpose-driven community. That is what makes the biggest difference in what it is that we offer here. So who is the founder? My name is Dr. China Bethley. I am the founder and CEO of this amazing vision that God gave me. God is the leader of Rich University. He gave me a vision many years ago to impact nations and generations around the world. And my husband and I, Andre Bethley, the co-founder, we are on a mission with our incredible community to reach 1 million million people. The reason you're here today is because we understand that what God gave us was never just for us. It was never for us to just hoard it. It was never for us to just keep to ourselves. It was never for us to have seats at these tables that most people don't have access to, and to just keep all of these hidden wealth secrets to ourselves. And so right now, I want you to open up your heart to have a heart of gratitude for the person that invited you here. I want you to open up your mind and say, wow, there are really people who find out good information and come back to give it to the rest of the people, because that's what we represent. We have a goal to reach 1 million families. Go ahead and drop 1 million in the chat, drop it in the chat, drop it in the chat, because as you listen to this information, I want you to say to yourself, it's not about me, it's about the mission. Because when you're on your journey to success, sometimes it can be very easy to hoard information or hoard the success just for you and your few, right? But we are on a mission to do God's work. We are on a mission to do the kingdom work here. Now, we are based on 3 solid principles: relationships. Relationships is what got us here. God, I have a relationship with the Holy Spirit. He dropped something down and gave me a digital download. It was called Rich University. He told me what it is that we would do. You guys are here right now. Somebody has a relationship with you that thought enough of you to share this information with you to get you on this presentation tonight. And that's how you're here. So relationships are important. I believe either you are rich by relationships or poor by relationships, right? So tonight, somebody say, I got some rich relationships, right? I'm in rich relationships. It's time out for just connecting, not just with poor. I'm not talking about people, but I'm talking about circumstances. Some people have relationships with circumstances and situations that's just poor. Somebody say, poor no more. It is time for rich relationships and results. Results are very important. We're not going to overlook the importance of having results. People now, they listen with their eyes. They listen with their eyes. And so I want to encourage you guys right now to understand that we are here to show you the results tonight and show you how we're putting you in a position to leverage residual income to do it. And so my husband and I are really excited about the work that we're doing, but we could not do this work alone. Listen, it's very important that you know that there's no vision that God gives you that you can execute alone. There is no vision that God gives you that you can execute alone. So meet our academic team. I'm excited to announce our Dean of Academics, Dr. LaJean Payne. This woman comes with several years of experience in higher education and academics and just administration. She's done a phenomenal job. You've probably heard about her by now because she's really helping us to get the word out to impact nations and generations around the world, as well as Latasha Wilson, our chairman of admissions and recruitment. This woman right here, I tell you, she is a fearless leader. She is impacting the world with just her testimony, her experience, and the amount of people that she is helping globally. Our academic advisor, Amaya Jackson, who is absolutely making sure that our community is growing, is winning, and is going in the right directions. Our amazing Isabel Ventura, who is our director of communications, who is making sure that our message is clear and that it is getting out to the right people and at the right time. So just a little bit about what we offer in our virtual campus. Rich University provides a virtual campus. It's an amazing experience where we're very big on community. I think this information is very important. Even before we get into the depth of what we do, we're still talking about who we are. We have a virtual campus that gives you a real experience of being in a university. We're big on community. You probably have seen our merch everywhere. We have the rich blue that's dominating many of your cities. Many times we come into your city and we paint your city rich. We'll talk about some of the locations that we've been and where we're going. And so we have tons of rich merch, our caps, our rich tracksuits, our tees, and so much more to come. But we offer community courses, classes, conferences, clubs, and so much more. Our study hall, guys, this is probably our community's favorite. It's where they learn together, it's where they grow together, and it's where we celebrate together. Our classes are live, where we're actually in the trading lab doing these things that's required together, the things that are required for success. You don't want to do alone. Success can be lonely if you choose for it to be. For us, it's a community and we like to have fun. Our conferences, like what we have coming up in Dallas, Texas, is going to be absolutely amazing. It is our Rich Experience Dallas edition, November 2nd through November 4th, as well as our clubs. In fact, tonight we have a book club that is happening. Right now, we're reading a book called Atomic Habits. We believe that when you get your mind right, you can get get your money right. And so those are some of the things that we provide in our private community. We also provide to you mentorship, support. These are the things that most people are looking for when they are on a journey to create wealth. Engagement, live events, our curriculum, guys. We offer you a curriculum, a step-by-step system so that you're not figuring it out all by yourself. Far too many times when you're on a bold and iconic journey to create wealth, you're pointed in the right direction, but you're not guided, right? Go there and do this and do that. No, we have a curriculum that's going to take you step by step inside of a community of like-minded people to help to increase your opportunity for success and recognition. Oh my gosh, we have a big VIP dinner and award ceremony that is coming up. We are big on recognition. In fact, I'm going to show you some of the people that we are currently recognizing right now that have helped us to hit some milestones inside of Rich University, as well as graduation. So now that you know a little bit about who we are, you had an opportunity to see what's in it for you. I want to talk about what it is that we really do. Let's go deeper. You ready to go deeper? I can tell you right now, I am a global ambassador to the United Nations. I received a Lifetime Achievement Award from our 44th President, Barack Obama. And I am honored to do the work that I'm doing right now for entrepreneurship and outreach to nations and generations. And one of the things that I discovered on this journey is a gentleman by the name of Robert Kiyosaki. He created this cash flow quadrant. How many of you read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad? Right? If you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, drop 777 in the chat, or just say you read that book. This is one of the very easy reads, one of the first books that I read to really help me to understand money. You know, one of the things that I realized is that God doesn't create rich or poor people. He just created people. Our decisions determine whether or not we're rich or poor. Our actions determine whether or not we're rich or poor, right? So it's very important that no matter who you are and where you are, that you understand money. So when we look at this cash flow quadrant, I want to break it down to you in the most simplistic way. I'll probably spend more time on this slide than any other slide. So it's very important that you pay attention if you're interested in creating wealth. If you're ready, say I'm ready, right? Okay, so the way I'm gonna break this down first is the left side and the right side. On the left side of money, you have 95% of the world's population. This is not my data that I came up with. It's not my opinion, nor is it my idea. I'm providing you the facts and the figures that 95% of the world, not North America, not South America, but the world has access to only 5% of the world's wealth. You see right here, 95% of the world's population who has access to only 5% of the world's wealth. Now, obviously looking at that, there's something significantly wrong. 5%. Well, who are these people on the left side of money? These are your employees and those that are self-employed. And hold up, before we even go further, let me just say this. This is not the information that's going to beat you up about whatever category you're in right now. That's not what this is about. Tonight, we're talking about creating wealth, because what I believe is no matter where you are, no matter where you are currently right now, if you're here with us tonight, it's because you want to create wealth. So where you are in this moment is irrelevant, right? But I do want to I want to make sure that you understand what these categories represent and how you got there, right? So on the left side, you have those that are employees and those that are self-employed. Now, we don't have to get too deep into the employee, because 60% of the world falls in this category, right? We understand that they exchange their time for dollars, right? Our educational system does a phenomenal job at teaching you how to become an employee. Their goal is not to teach you to be smart. Their goal is to teach you to follow directions, okay? And so this is where you exchange your time for dollars, okay? This is where you work for a system. If you were taking down notes right now, you would just say work for a system, and it'll make total sense. Now, those that are in the self-employed quadrant, this is 35%. 35% of that 95 are self-employed people. I spent a lot of my adult life in this category. In this category, I was a cosmetologist, and what I was doing is I wasn't working for a system, I was working for money. And what that simply means is that my presence was required for me to get paid, but I didn't necessarily have a boss telling me what my hours needed to be, when I needed to show up, when I needed to leave, things of that sort. However, as someone who did hair, my clients was the one to tell me that, right? My clients told me basically what time I needed to be there. And so what was interesting to me in this category is that not only is the cosmetologist here, not only is the lawn care providers here, right? But also your doctors and your lawyers are in this category. This is where your doctors are, your lawyers are. If the surgeon doesn't show up to do the surgery, the surgeon doesn't get paid. If the attorney doesn't show up to take the case, the attorney doesn't get paid. And so in this category, your presence is required to get paid. But tonight, we're going to spend some time talking about the right side of money, right? On the right side of money, it's 95% of the wealth, with only 5% of the world's population. Somebody say I'm in the top 5. Somebody say I'm in the top 5, because tonight I believe you're ready. You said you were ready several times to receive information to get you to the right side of money. Now that you have the information, I'm going to help you gain the comprehension. If you're ready, say I'm ready, right? It's one thing to have the information. That's the knowledge. It's something else to have the comprehension. That's the understanding. Now I'm going to help you to understand why everybody that's watching right now needs to get to the right side of money. This is where your business owners are. Now, what's the difference between a person that's self-employed and a business owner? I spent a lot of time in the self-employed quadrant. If I took a vacation for a month, my money went down because my presence was required for me to get paid. But in the business owner category, in this quadrant, guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, there are systems that are in place that you can take a vacation for a month and your sales could actually go up. Right? Business owners have systems that work for them. It saves them time, energy, and money. That's why no matter who you are, no matter where you live, no matter what your background is, if you want to create wealth, these are the two things that you need to do. You need to start a business and you need to start investing. Why? Because this is where the wealth is. Now, business owners have systems that work for them, and investors have money that work for them. So what we do here in Rich University is provide you an elite level of education and information, the type of education and information that may not necessarily be had at your dinner table, the type of education and information that may not be going down your timeline, but the type of education and information that's usually only reserved to the elite. In fact, 75% of the world's population has access only to public education and information. This is what I call free for all. You live in this area, you go to this school. That's it. There's no other prerequisites. There's no other requirement. You live here, you go there. It's free for all. Then we have the private sector that's about 22% where you pay for education. Now, usually the network is higher because guess what? Everyone in that community was willing to pay the price. You went to a private university, you had to pay a certain amount of money. You were around other people who had to pay a certain amount of money, right? You got a degree. However, there was no guarantees. There was no guarantees that if you spent $50,000, $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 that you were guaranteed a job or that you were guaranteed to make a certain amount of money. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the top 3%, which is the elite levels of education and information. The type of education and information that you usually can't pay for, because this is usually only passed down through the bloodline. Generation after generation, hidden wealth secrets are usually kept in the family. Somebody say, I'm ready, right? Because I believe you are a royal priesthood. You are already connected to the best bloodline. And if you are ready to tap into your birthright, now it's time for you to say, listen, let's go. So here's what I did. I said, okay, if the top 1% of the world is investors, the top 4% are business owners, what type of business should I start? Well, most people think about their hobbies. They think about their passions. And they say, well, I like to do this. I'm going to start a business doing that. One day you should, but right now you should start a profitable business. That's the type of business you should start. What type of business? Profitable. Because many of us that are on here right now are women of color and minorities, and we got some generations to make up for. So we need to put ourselves on a fast track for success, the fast track for creating wealth. So I began to do my due diligence and I began to study what was the top industries to, what were people that were very wealthy, the uber and ultra wealthy investing in. What were they investing in? And I began to learn about the world of investment. And guess where it took me to? It took me to an industry that I had never heard of before in my life. Now, maybe you've heard of it now, but I can tell you when I got started 7, 8 years ago with this, I didn't know what this was. And I'm talking about the foreign exchange market. When they told me about Forex, I had no idea what they were talking about. Are you talking about the size of a man's t-shirt? Forex? For who? For me? For who? Well, what is this now? Granted, I had made $1 million already, yet it did not grant me this information to understand the number one industry in the entire world. This is not China's opinion. Do your due diligence and you will see, and I'm going to break it down to you right now, that the foreign exchange market is a $6.7 trillion, not a year, not a quarter, not a month industry, $1 trillion, $6.7 trillion daily industry. What does that mean actually? When we're talking about the foreign exchange market, right? This is facts. Somebody say, give me the facts. So that my goal tonight for you is to provide you enough information, then go even deeper and help you to have the understanding by comprehending what I'm saying so you can make your own decision. Remember, the first thing I told you to do at the beginning of the call is right at the top of your paper, make a decision, because that's why you're here tonight. If you're going to create wealth, you're not going to create wealth just because you showed up. You're not going to create wealth just because you heard the information. Your wealth creation starts when you take action. So now that you're beginning to understand that you must get to the right side of money if you want to create wealth, let's talk about what's on the right side of money. What's in the top 1%? Trading inside of the financial markets. This is where you buy and sell currencies. Now, what I love about the sophistication it is right from your smartphone, the device that some of you are watching from right now, you now have the ability to trade foreign currencies. I remember when I put my first trade in, it was a USD JPY, and the young lady told me to sell. And the first thing in my mind was, sell? How do you sell something you don't have? And I whispered, I said, JPY, I don't have any JPY. What is JPY? I got some US dollars, but I don't have JPY. That's not what this is about in this market. You are buying and selling currencies and you're exchanging them in the largest financial market in the world. This is a global market. It is the most liquid market in the world, and it operates 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you can do it on your smartphone. Here's the interesting thing. Central banks, financial institutions, high net worth individuals, this is what they've been doing for a long time. So I say to myself, okay, all right, so this foreign exchange market thing is where the money is. Somebody say this is where the money resides. I've never heard of it before. I don't really know anybody doing it. How do I learn about this? Where do I go to get education? And I don't want to just get education from Ray around the corner. I want to get education, knowledge, and access to people who have success, results. Come on, I told you that we are relationships first. Second, we are what? Results. So that means results matter to us. We ask questions. We want to know, we want to make sure that the results that are being had are results that we even want, right? And so if we're going to learn about the foreign exchange market, I told you guys, I'm a global ambassador to the United Nations. I received the Lifetime Achievement Award from our 44th president, Barack Obama. That means I'm very intentional about who I go into relationship with. And I wanted to make sure that if I went into relationship with someone, that I did all of the due diligence necessary to make sure that whatever it was that I was connected to was going to genuinely help people win, right? Because I know the mission. So guess what I decided to do? I seeked out the best company, the absolute best company for this particular industry. And what I discovered was a company by the name of I Am Mastery Academy. Now, this is our partner company. Why? Because they provide the best education. Why? They provide the best education. Why? They've created the most results. I mean, I hear a lot of people talking, and that's nice. I know people do what people do, but I like results. And the amount of results that was created, not that was hoping to be created, hopefully they will create, the amount of results that was created blew my mind. We're talking about a company that's already accomplished $1 billion in revenue. It's already been done. Customers in 20 countries around the world, 1 million students globally. Okay, you got my attention. The largest online learning platform in the world for what we do. They give you the education, the resources, the AI software. Why? Because some of you right now are busy moms, busy dads on a go. Yes, you want to create wealth, but where are you going to find the time? We needed to simplify this. And so we give you access to the foreign exchange market, the cryptocurrency market, the stock market, so that you can learn in a simplistic way how to grow your money. You gain the education so that you can go and navigate in this market. Not only that, guys, we offer you e-commerce, because what I discovered is, though the largest markets in the world is in the financial markets, e-commerce is moving very, very fast. Listen to me. In 2020, when everything was shutting down, Amazon didn't. In fact, Amazon made more money. So e-commerce is very, very important. Not only that, there'll be some people who'll be really interested in trading, others that'll be more interested in e-commerce. So when I thought about it from a business perspective, do I just want to lock into one industry in hope that everybody's going to want to flock to this industry? After seeing what happened in 2020, a lot of industries shut down. And so, with that being said, I love that the education was vast. We had several verticals. Social media, guys, social media is $1 trillion industry. The amount of money that's being generated on social media is beyond us. Listen, we got kids on YouTube that's making more money than their parents have made their entire lives. Wouldn't you want to learn how you could too? So we have a social media academy. We also provide you access to travel. Because of course, once you create all of this success, you're going to want to travel with the people that you met. We love traveling. We just left from Las Vegas, Nevada with our community, and it has been absolutely amazing. Now we're headed to Dallas, Texas, as I mentioned to you. And so you get to have access to multiple verticals when you partner with us, because we decided to partner with the best company in the world. So listen, this is what I'm going to do before we go any further. I want to stop sharing my screen for a second. I want to bring up a beautiful woman who is here with us. She's on the front end, and I'm super duper excited about you having a chance to hear her testimony. I'm really excited about the work that she's been able to do. I'm excited about the work that she's been able to do, the impact that she's been able to make. And I want you guys to have a chance to hear from none other than Queen Mahogany as she shares her testimony of how she's been winning with us. Hey, Mahogany, how are you, Queen? Come off of mute so we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Rich Hugh. Hello, Dr. China. Thank you so much. Am I clear enough? Just want to make sure.
You are clear on my end, loud and clear.
Perfect. I just want to thank you for the opportunity to share. I cannot say enough about Rich Hugh. So thank you to the founders, you and Brother Logic, your unwavering dedication to the community, and collectively with the leadership is just so consistent, so sound, in your determination to see everyone reach true freedom and undeniable success. I cannot say thank you enough. And so thank you again for the time to share. I wrote a few things down just to keep me on track, because I am one that can just talk when I get passionate about a thing. But I also want to start off by saying I remember starting in Orlando this conference, maybe March, April, somewhere around this year. It was one of our company conferences. And I remember looking around as the speakers were speaking, and I'm like, okay, I see that person. That's Rich Hugh. Okay, I see this person. That's Rich Hugh. And I know some people were like, why is she looking at me? And it's not because we hadn't been in community with each other, but just in person, they were paying attention. And I was identifying who my family was from Zoom. I remember Brad Talker walking through the aisle, and I'm like, okay, that's Brad Talker. He always says, talk to me. And I remember seeing Evelyn, Marlene, Latasha, Amaya, and I'm thinking, this is the community that I am a part of. And I was so thankful to be able to see those people in person and not just on Zoom. And I said all that to say that everybody that I saw in person was exactly who they were when I met them on Zoom. And for me, that spoke very highly, because some people can be one way on social media, in another way when you're in person, but that is not Rich Hugh at all. The heart posture remains exactly the same. And the only motivation is to see you win personally. And I think it's important to know the character of who's leading you. And I can't say anything negative from the time that I have attended anything. Everyone's true character was to assist. And then just to see the group come together and ask for the names. And once they realized that I was with Rich You, not that anybody was being nasty in any way or anything else, it was immediate connection. Like, okay, what do you need from me? I don't even need to know your name, but what do you need from me? You're with Rich You. And that type of community has now, just this past week in trading, I was able to successfully clear on my own 95% of my trades this week. And that's in one account. I didn't even check my other account. And I can honestly say I was not always a confident trader, but one of the things that I consistently have said this week, my confidence to know that with the educators and Professor Yarnell and the Dean of Academics, Dr. L.A., and all of the encouragement in general for the community to succeed, it is 100% sound. So for me, this community in a nutshell is a place that placed a demand on my life. It placed a demand on my destiny. It was a real life orchestration of my purpose. And I'm thankful for that. This place allowed me to find my purpose. And I often think of it like a well-oiled machine. It literally, if you walk in broken, that's fine. You may not be broken, but if you walk in broken, lost, not really sure what you want to do, this place will literally place the pieces of the puzzle together and allow you to see the bigger picture. You can come in just like you are. Rich You will take you like just walking in a workshop, and whatever skill, mindset, accountability you need. You want trading together, you want strategy. If you just want to learn to be better, you can learn all of that from right here. This place is powerful. And it's led by the power of the Holy Spirit. So therefore, you will find your place in God. You will find your place in His purpose for your life. But that's only if you choose to. If you choose to allow God to have His way, you choose to keep an open mind and the willingness to do the work of what the people have asked you here and the things that they have set before you. Because this is not a community that's trying things. And I don't mean the T word. I'm sorry to use it in that way, but I mean, they're not trying to figure anything out. It is intentional. So please forgive me, Dr. Chana. I don't know how else to correlate. It's not anything that's figuring out. Let me excuse that. Negate the trying. They're not figuring anything out. This place is very intentional. They know what they're doing. They know how to lead. They know how to put you on the path if you so to true desire. So therefore, I am thankful for the structure that Rich You has given. I'm thankful that this environment is very successful in assisting you in being clear on what it is that you need to do to be successful. And I don't mean structured as in someone's going to hold your hand, someone's going to tie your shoe. No, I mean structured as in if you want it, you can get it. It is here. The demand is very high. This place comes from a high esteem. The demand and expectation is expertise. It's all experts here. And if you decide to rise up and match the energy of the community, you will quickly understand a lot of things, for one, about yourself, but also what God has for you. So I'm just thankful. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. This is holy ground here.
Yes,
God has truly ordained the connections here. Watching Dr. China be so impactful and so careful with the souls that she's been assigned, and witnessing her and Brother Logic just be pillars in the community. I'm just thankful that you all were the answer to so many things in my life. And I'm just so grateful. Even all these words, I can't say thank you enough. So I appreciate your time. It just does not do it justice. Thank you so much to all of the leaders. I don't want to say chef, but Chef Yarnese, our Professor Yarnell, Dr. L.A., Amaya, Latasha, Izzy, everyone in the community that has just always been so faithful to me. And I'm just so thankful.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mahogany, for your testimony. the community. And one of the things that stood out to me is you could come in broken or not having it all figured out, and it could be okay. You're going to be embraced with love intentionally. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful to hear your words. 95% accuracy. And you said since March. Is that how long you've been with us? Just this year? A couple of months?
With Rich U, yes. With
Wow,
Rich U,
that is to me.
yes.
Just to hear it, I think because sometimes people assume that you need years and years and years of experience to even have any kind of results. And so I thank you so much for your commitment. 95% of learning on your own, not having to be spoon fed. That is powerful to me. So thank you for sharing. We appreciate you. We love you. And we're excited to continue to see you rise and shine. Thank you, Queen, for sharing. Oh, that is amazing. I'm here for the testimony. So the testimonies is the part that's my favorite part, because you never know how you're impacting the lives of other people. I'm really excited about that. I want to show you a little bit more because I know some of you are here to hear all about the funding. We have another testimony that's going to be coming in that I'm really excited for you to hear, a woman who's making, once again, global impact. And so stay with us as we go through the next part of this. So some of you are here because you heard some things about Rich University, and you want to know if what you heard was really real. Okay. You want to know if we really moving like that and grooving like that, or what's actually happening. And so let's go ahead and just dive into it. Let's just go ahead and have the conversation now. Let's go ahead on and talk about what is going on with the financial aid in Rich University. Talk to me about this financial aid and how you are helping businesses. Let me make sure that I'm sharing on here as well. 1 second. I see that I'm sharing here. Are you guys able to see on Zoom? Can you see my slides?
Yes.
Perfect. Excellent. All right. Excellent. That's perfect. So I want to make sure we have this conversation. Okay. Let's get into this conversation about what is Rich University's financial aid all about? What is this funding all about? Let's have a candid conversation as much as we can inside this space. Some of it is exclusive for members only, but I want to help you to know that our financial aid is not based on your credit score. Our financial aid is not based on your credit score. This is not a loan that you have to take out. This is not where you have to put up your house and have collateral. This is based on your IQ score, not your credit score. Write that down for me. Rich University's financial aid is based on your IQ score, not your credit score. That means the more you learn, the more you have an opportunity to earn. We want you to come and get paid to learn to trade with us, right? Far too many times we've been sold these do nothing and get everything strategies that everybody's running to. Everybody's looking for the easiest way to get everything that they want. And I'm here to tell you right now, the easiest way to get everything you want is to earn it. Go and earn it, because if you don't have the money to pay for it, meaning, I always say there's a few ways to get your way, right? You can pay your way. I think that's the easiest if you got the resources. Go pay to be in the right seats. Go pay to get into the right rooms, right? Go pay to be around the right people that's going to give you the information. The second is to earn your way. Now, many times, even if you pay, you still got to earn, because whatever you learn, you got to go apply. You got to go do the work, right? So what we're showing you now is how to develop. Y'all ready for the word? Y'all ready? Develop the discipline so that you can play the long game and you won't be so sensationalized by every little dangling carrots. Because here's the thing, especially for new business owners and new investors, they're always dangling carrots, and the weak ones will run off and chase every carrot that they see that requires them to do nothing, only to come back to realize, oh snap, I really got to do this for real. I really got to learn a skill. I really got to develop and grow. And so our financial aid helps you to develop the discipline. It helps you to develop the proper risk management. It helps you to develop the focus. It helps you to develop the patience. It helps you to learn who you are as a business owner and as an investor. And so with our financial aid, we offer you Forex funding. Now, Forex funding is available from 5K to 500K. Once again, this is not something that you have to pay back. This is based on your IQ. That means that we are building the future hedge fund leaders of tomorrow. We want to know the level of discipline you have, the level of consistency you have. We want to make sure you're not in the market to just gamble or hustle the market. We don't build gamblers here, right? We don't build hustlers here. We build professionals in Rich University. We are Rich University for a reason. We're not Rich Nursery. So I love what Mahogany said. It's not a hand-holding situation. We attract professionals that are serious about the results that they want. Therefore, they are willing to do the work that is required. So with our Forex funding, we offer you from 5K to 500K in funding. I can tell you right now, we have just crossed the mark. I'm so excited to announce. I'm going to show it to you. We have just crossed the mark. Okay, we have just crossed the mark of funding, ladies and gentlemen, of over $500,000 in funding that we've been able to help our community get here inside of Rich University. Now, let me see how I can share this quickly, because this should not have come in like this. The Lord, it will take me forever to pop up these. Let's just see. Ooh, child. Hold on one second. Let me share with you guys. And if I'm not able to share them all, I'll share a few. So listen, y'all, this is not a ceremony. Please don't be like, oh, they didn't show my name. Listen, y'all know we had a whole ceremony yesterday. Okay. So if your name doesn't pop up, it is just because we have to respect and maximize the time that we have, because we do have book club coming up next. Okay, so I'm just popping up a few. I just gonna say that. Okay, y'all heard me. Y'all just let them know. If you did not see your name, it is absolutely okay. We are simply showing the names of whatever one I randomly picked to show, okay, because it didn't come into a slide for me to share everybody's names. Okay, all right, we good. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna share some of the award the people who have been able to get qualified for funding through Rich University's financial aid. Okay, so I'm gonna share a few and I'm gonna have to pop it up and take it down. So we want to maximize it. So Riley, for example, was able to get $5,000 in funding. This is the significant difference that I noticed. What I noticed over the last 7-8 years that I've been in this space is that people were willing to learn the skill, but many of them didn't have the capital. And even if they did, if you are an investor, you understand OPM, using other people's money, right? And so why use your own when you can use someone else's money? So Raleigh is one of the amazing members that have been able to qualify for $5,000 in funding. Let's keep going. Who's next, right? Let's see who else. We have here, boom, another, oh, that's Raleigh again. Hold on one second. Let me just see who else. We have another. Let me know if you guys can see on the back, and y'all know I'm streaming multiple places and now I'm popping up a bunch of screens. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's go here. Who we have here? We have Riley again. Y'all, I don't know what is. Oh, Brandy. You guys see Brandy. Okay. Brandy, that has been able to be funded. Okay. You guys can't see on the back end. Who was able to get funding of $10,000 in funding. $10,000 in funding. Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely powerful to know that people are in a position to get this type of funding. Okay, who else do we have? Let's share another screen here. Let's share another one. Okay, just to give you guys an idea of the type of funding. Here we go. Okay, we have Maya Jackson, $100,000 in funding. What type of difference do you think it would make if you were able to have $100,000? I'm not talking about demo money, y'all. For those of you who've been trading, I'm not talking about practice money. I'm talking about you qualified based on a skill that you were able to develop. You were able to demonstrate proficiency and commitment and developing a skill that now you had access to other people's money of $100,000. Where many of our relationships, guys, you got access to 80% of this. This is, listen, once again, we're going to stop right there. For those of you who are really ready to go to the next level, we want to put you in a position to do just that. And so with that part being said, let me make sure I'm sharing here with you guys as well. With that part being said, let's go ahead and continue. Let's get you in the door. You like, listen, at this point, I have really heard enough, right? At this point, I have really heard enough. So let's go ahead and get you in the door. Let's make sure that you are in a position to get everything that you need in order to get into a position to get access to this funding with us. So let's go further, okay? So what's next? What is next? What does it cost? First of all, the support that you have is immense. You have access to tons of study halls where we help you through this process. Our focus, once again, is to give business owners and investors funding. So everything about what we're doing inside of our virtual campus is to help you to qualify. We're putting a very specific focus with this current curriculum to help you get qualified. Not only do we have study hall that is happening 3 times a week, we also have our trading labs, live trading sessions where we come together as a collective and to make sure that you're navigating the market properly. Mindset is very important. So you have mindset mastery with our Perfect 10, as well as our Rich University assembly that is happening. And actually, we about to hop off of here because our book club is coming up. And so what does something like this take? You spend $50,000, $70,000, $100,000 for traditional education to put you in the current position that you're in now. What does it take for you to now start to create wealth with the community, learning the skills of wealth creation? What does it take? Well, I can tell you right now, our top package is my favorite. This package is a $499 one-time investment. It gives you access to every category that we have for you to learn inside of the largest financial markets, to learn about e-commerce, to learn about all of these amazing markets, but it also gives you access to our travel. Now, our travel is very unique because for every member that is a member for at least 12 months, every 12 months, you get a vacation for free as a thank you for your membership. And I'm talking about just some beautiful, exotic places around the world, like South Africa, like Dubai, throughout the islands, Ibiza, some incredible places that you get to go simply by having access to the membership. Now, we do have other packages. If you're thinking $500 right now is out of the budget for you, it's $500 tonight and $499.95 tonight. Okay, to be more specific, and then $384.95 4 weeks later. So it puts you in a position, instead of you paying $5,000, right? Instead of you paying $5,000 for your annual subscription, right? Little under $5,000, it puts you in a position to be able to break those payments down, so that now a person who does not have $5,000 can have access to the room, can have access to the information. Okay. Now we have other packages that we make available to you. These packages allow you to do a bit of an a la carte experience. And what that simply means is it puts you in a position that if you wanted to just do 2 of the packages, let's say that you wanted to just do trade and travel, you wanted to do the foreign exchange, and you wanted to do the travel life experience. These 2 now would allow you to have access to our Empower Pack. Our Empower Pack is $249.95 one time, and then 4 weeks later you pay $249.95 a month. Okay. Now we also have individual academies where you can say, I just want social media, $149.95 one time, $124 a month. I just want e-commerce, $149.95, $124 a month. I just want stocks and cryptocurrency. I heard crypto is preparing to make a big move, and I can remember when it was at its all-time high, I couldn't wait for it to come back. Well, guess what? Now is the time to get involved in stocks and crypto, or our flagship, which is foreign exchange, $249.95 tonight. Somebody say tonight, and $184.95 a month is what you should be in a position to do. So with that being said, I'm really excited, ladies and gentlemen, that now you're ready to go. You're ready to make a decision. You're saying to yourself, listen, what do I need to do next? Well, listen, first of all, I want you to hear from a woman who's just making power moves with us. Okay. This woman is doing some incredible things. She is our chairman of admissions and recruitment. She's one of the first experiences that you're going to have being a part of this phenomenal space. And I'm really excited about none other than Latasha Wilson. Hey, Latasha, come on in, Queen. Share your testimony with us as they prepare to make a decision, or more importantly, why should they say yes? What's the reason if they are on one and say yes and get started with us tonight?
Absolutely. Dr. China, man, I'm ready to sign up again and again. I just want to thank you because you were the individual who invited me to a call, to a private meeting just like this one. And guys, when I was invited, I was a school teacher for 14 years. I have my bachelor's and my master's degree. But I was at a point where I was tired. I was physically stressed from the environment, from the lack of support from the administration. And some of you may be in a position where you're exhausted. You don't have enough time. You don't have enough time freedom. You don't have time to spend with your family because you're working overtime and still not getting paid enough. You run out of money and have so much month left in that month and no money, right, to pay the bills. Guys, when I say that was the blessing, that was all I needed, was to know that my mentor from a previous business, who I knew made her first million by the age of 30, for her to think enough of me to invite me to a call to see the amazing platform. Rich University has changed my life. Guys, I'm here today to say I walked away from my 14-year career. I walked away now 8 years, and I have been in this space thriving. I came in, I knew nothing about trading, but I was able to be coachable. I duplicated the system. I used our blueprint. I tapped in, and I was big on learning the skill set, because one thing about this, when you learn this skill set, nobody can take it away from you. This skill set will pay you the rest of your life. So I went from making $60,000, as a school teacher, to doing six figures from home. I made my first $10,000 a few years ago, $10,000 in 1 month, because I said yes to this opportunity. So that's why you guys need to be open-minded. You need to come into a community that's going to love on you, that's going to share the blueprint and give you all that you need to take this skill set to the next level and build that digital empire and that legacy for you and your family. You want to get with the person who invited you to this call. You want to get started tonight. We have so much more on the other side of membership once you go all in. So thank you, Dr. China. I'm ecstatic to be a part, and I'm ready to welcome them on the other side as new members.
Absolutely. I'm excited as well, Latasha. It has been an honor. Over a decade of really working together. Once again, we talk about relationships, long-standing relationships that are producing results, and residual is what we're excited about doing. Thank you so much, Latasha, for that. I'm excited to welcome them on the inside as well. I'm going to share with them quickly the scholarship and then get them inside the door. Thank you so much for your testimony. We so appreciate you. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I know right now you guys are ready to go. I want to make sure that you are, meaning ready to get into the system. I want to make sure that you guys know that we do give you access to our scholarship. Our scholarship puts you in a position to actually pay tonight, get started. But guess what? When you invite 2 members into our community, ladies and gentlemen, just as a student that wants to learn, just as a person that says, let me just test the waters out, guess what happens for you? You actually receive your tuition that is going to be waived. So if you know someone tomorrow night, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you want to get them back here because we are having an encore presentation. The best thing that you can do right now is understand that wealth is a team sport. Get started tonight. Get in a position tonight. Get access to the Rich University virtual campus tonight. Let us walk you through the process and the curriculum to help you to gain the funding that you need to gain optimal success. And tomorrow, you want to invite them back. Come back again, hear the information again, and invite some people back. When 2 people say yes, you got 28 days to put them in a position to say yes. When 2 people say yes, guess what? Your next month tuition is waived. That is our scholarship program that we offer to you. Once again, we have Dallas that's coming up. You don't want to miss it. We just had fun in Las Vegas. Go to richuniversity.co. Check that out so that you can see all the fun that we had on Instagram, richuniversity.co, and get prepared for our event in Dallas, as well as our VIP awards dinner and pinning ceremony where people are going to receive certificates, lapel pins, and their blazers. Listen, come and get rich with us. Enroll today because you will love it here. With that being said, get back with the person who invited you to the call tonight. Let them know what you like most about what you heard, and go ahead and get in a position, a winning position with us. With that being said, get back with the person that invited you. Let them know what you like most about what you heard, but nevertheless say thank you. Thank you for sharing this information with me. Thank you for thinking enough of me. And now it's simply time for you to win with us. With that being said, God bless you guys. Thanks so much for being on. Bye for now. We look forward to welcoming you on the inside. Bye.